This looks a little better. Hello everyone, welcome to the new setup. Clearly, as you can see, it's in a second. This is gonna be kind of a different video than I normally film, but as the summer is beginning, I kind of wanted to sit down and just organize what my kind of goals are for the summer. And then I wanted to make this video to kind of hold myself accountable. So one, if you guys want inspiration for goals or things to do during the summer, but two, for me on a personal level, I want to look back at this video at the end of summer and see how I did. I set a lot of goals last summer, and in that I just made like a vision board of the goals. And I do think like it was effective and it was fun, but I think I'm gonna try and do it a little bit differently this time and see if that works better for me. Because I think the one thing is I did goals that were very like, they were attainable. Like I wrote blank amount of times I have to do this, things like that. But some of them were pretty big goals, some of them were kind of vague or didn't exactly, they were better as an idea than something I actually wanted to do. But I'm going to also write down my ideas or my goals on my computer, which I already did earlier, and on a notebook, because I feel like writing them down on a notebook kind of makes them, for me, like more like likely to get done. However, having them on my computer is also just a good space for me to, because it's on my computer and my phone, so then if I'm out and about I can still check in, and it's easier to edit them on my computer. But that is kind of the point of this video. I'm just going to walk you through some goals that I am making. Oh my gosh, what are my pens? Trusty green pen. So I kind of broke this out into 3 sections. I have my general goals for the whole summer, weekly goals, and then daily goals. So I'm going to start with the general goals. Let me see. I almost only put one M in summer. So I have summer goals 2026. Unfortunately, I'm not a super aesthetic, artsy person, and my handwriting isn't great, so this isn't going to be super cute. But as long as it's organized, I'm happy. Okay. So for general goals, I wanted to focus on things that, one, these are kind of my goals that aren't concrete. It's not, I need to do this amount of this at this. They're a little bit more vague, so that's kind of part of why they're in this section. And then some of them are also just things that are going to take the whole summer or longer, but I just want to start in the summer. So that's another reason why these are kind of in this subject. So the first goal I have is to work on my research project. Like I said, clearly that one is very vague. If I wanted a well-written goal, I would say write 15 pages of my research by blah 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 date. But working on a research project that, more on that coming later, but it's just going to be a very vague start. I don't have parameters to follow, I don't have any guidelines, I just need to start the research part. So I'm keeping this on a very general side for the goal. My second general goal is to finish writing the cadenza for my concerto. This one's kind of self-explanatory. It's a project I started during the school year, but it wasn't something I had to finish, and I didn't. It was just a project to start thinking about. But I do want to finish it this summer because I want to perform it in the fall. So I'm making that a goal to finish. The next one, and this was a goal that I actually decided on last year. I started running again last year, kind of, and I said in a year from now I want to run a 5K. So I just put, mostly for scheduling reasons, I don't know when I will be available, and there will be a 5K that I can do during the summer. So I'm just putting run a 5K, details incoming. Okay. The next one is to read 5 new books. I'm probably, hopefully, gonna read a lot more books than that, but I don't read new books often. I really like rereading, and I'm okay with that, but I do want to push myself to read new books. That's why I have 5. And then I know I'm going to reread several books. We'll see. But I want to read at least 5 new books, and I'm already starting this goal, so I am excited. I'm reading Tale of the 1001 Nights. Finally reading that, which is a really good time. I'm enjoying it. And I haven't read it yet, so it counts. Okay. So those 4 goals are all I have for general goals right now. It's work on my research project, write cadenza for the Mozart, run a 5K, and read 5 new books. I wanted to have 5 goals for each part, but I couldn't think of a 5th one, so I just decided that I'll leave space both on my computer and on here, and then if I want to, or if I come up with something that lines up with another general goal, I'll just add it at some point. I just couldn't think of any today. But that is the first part of our goals. So our second section are weekly goals. So these are ones that it's kind of like I need to do this so many times a week. Or they're smaller projects, more specific, but I want to do throughout the whole summer. So the first weekly goal I have is to run 3 to 5 times a week. I kept it as a range just because it's going to depend on my work schedule and like physically how I'm feeling. I don't want this to be more negative. I think last summer one thing I did that I didn't like was I had really intense goals. But then I felt kind of stressed about meeting them, whereas I want these to be very approachable. So just go on a run 3 to 5 times a week. If it's more, that's great. If it's less, not ideal, just because I have been really enjoying running. So the second one I have, you guys are currently a part of this, is posting on YouTube once a week. Especially because I have a ton of content from the school year that I was just too busy to post. So I'm just gonna catch up on that, and then I want to continue sharing things because I just really enjoy kind of having this video diary for myself, clearly. So that's one of my goals. I also have practice piano 3 times a week. Once again, obviously if that happens more, that's great. Next semester, I'm going to be in choral methods, which is about teaching choir, and there's going to be a lot of piano playing involved in that. So even though I already took my piano classes and I'm proficient, I want to practice. And on a personal level, I also just want to be better at the piano because it's such a helpful tool as a music teacher. So I want to stay practicing that, especially on the days when I can't practice violin as much. And the next goal goes right along with that. It's practicing singing / oral theory. They kind of go hand in hand, approximately 3 times a week. Once again, I'm going into choral methods, and I just feel like, guys, I just realized on the last goal, I wrote practice 3 times a week. I didn't say what. I'm just gonna dash piano. That's embarrassing. Anyways, back to the point. Being in choral methods, that's obviously going to be a lot of singing. And I also once again, singing is such a great tool in a classroom as a music teacher that I need to keep practicing it because I'm just uncomfortable with it on a personal level, and I just kind of need to get over that. That being said, I'm only going to be practicing singing when none of my roommates are here. The last weekly goal is kind of obvious. It's practicing violin, but I'm putting it on here mostly because I want to focus on practicing with a better routine and with better intention. So pretty much working on having a more effective practice session on the violin. And also because I've been recovering from a playing injury, I have been playing less, obviously, and I still am. So I'm putting on here practicing 4 to 7 times a week because a lot of times I'm supposed to play violin every other day as part of my healing process. And that's part of why I also want to practice with a lot more intention and purpose behind my practice, because that's going to help me have more effective practice days when I can't practice every day in a row. Okay. So now we have my general goals and my weekly goals. You can kind of see how the general goals are like the most vague, and then the weekly goals are a little longer. And the last section I have are my daily goals. So these are just kind of things that less so are kind of check off and more of things to just keep in mind. Or things that I want to get used to doing before the school year starts again, things like that. So the first one, and I feel like I always have this goal all the time, so hopefully I really stick to it, is just spending less time on my phone. And not only less time, but when I am on my phone, I want it to be more intentional. So kind of just being on my phone with purpose, because otherwise it is just wasting my time and I can kind of feel my brain like melting. So less time on my phone, constant but good goal. Okay, the next one, I originally wrote take better care of my skin, but I kind of just want it to be better self-care as a whole. This is something definitely during the school year I do not prioritize at all. And then when I get anxious or stressed, I kind of tend, you can't see it because I put makeup on and I'm filming with like lighting and stuff. Because I'm kind of self-conscious about it, but when I get anxious I pick out my skin, things like that. And I want to just kind of during the summer find routines, find things that kind of ease that and hopefully stop me from that habit, and just prioritize better self-care overall, going to bed earlier, eating better, all of those good things. Okay, another daily goal I have is going outside every day, but specifically going outside for a purpose. I don't want to be able to just count like, oh, I went outside when I threw out my trash today at the dumpster. That doesn't cut it for me anymore. I feel like I need to just spend more time outside. That's something I lose a lot during the school year just because I have classes all day. So I really want to take advantage of the fact that it's summer, I can go outside, even if it means once I start working, if it's spending my lunch break outside, that still counts for me as dedicated time. If I go read outside, you know, things like that. But I want to go outside every day. I've been doing really good with this at this like kind of weekend. Friday I went on a small hike. Yesterday I went on a small hike. Today I went on a run outside. That's also, the running goals are going to really help with the going outside every day because I prefer to run outside. And there's a trail near me that I like to go run at. So I'm hoping that these are all gonna kind of go hand in hand. Also, when I go on a run, I can't be on my phone. Like, obviously I usually listen to music or something, but I'm not sitting there scrolling. So once again, yeah. Okay, I had to disappear for a second because my phone ran out of storage. Again, constant battle, so I'm gonna speed this up. Also, it started raining outside. I'm really excited because I'm gonna finish this, eat lunch, and take a nap. I can't wait. Or maybe just lay around and read a book if I can't fall asleep. Either way, can't wait. But 2 more goals left. The next one is to stretch and or exercise daily. This is more just about getting in intentional movement. I need to stop saying that word though. I feel like if you've watched Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, there's like buzzwords they say all the time, and intention was definitely one of them, and I fear I picked up on it. I love that show. But anyways, just moving every day in some way is really important to me. Guys, I'm actually like filming on Snapchat right now because I just want to finish this. We are so close. The last one is just to talk to friends, which sounds kind of stupid because it's like, yeah, obviously, but mostly my friends that are long distance, because I literally every day, like, I'm thinking about how much I miss them, but I just forget that, like, hey, I could just go text them or call them, things like that. So I just want to prioritize talking to them more, especially during the summer when we all have more open schedules. That being said, a lot of my friends are working, I'm working, some of them are studying abroad and doing different things. So in some way, shape, or form, that's one of my goals. But these are my main summer goals. Hopefully I will actually do them, and at the end of the summer I'm going to check back and see how I did. But I hopefully this gives you some inspiration, a look at what a broke college kid is working on for the summer. I'm hopefully gonna have 2 jobs, so it's gonna be a lot harder than it seems, but these are my goals, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. Bye.